Hey guys, it's your girl Drea, and this is the Owlet's Intuition. If you're new here, hit that subscribe down below and the little bell so you get notified each and every time that I post new content, alright? And if it resonates, you can like, you can comment, you can subscribe, please. You know what I'm saying? Helps me to channel energies better. And if you want to book a personal reading before the end of April 2023, you get 40% off. But yeah, my email is in the description box, or you can message me through my Instagram at theowlsintuition. So we are talking about, what do people assume about you? Okay, take this with a grain of salt. As always, these are assumptions. Some may ring true and some it just might not be true. Okay, but we have 3 piles today. We have pile number 1, which is the Wild Unknown Tarot. We have the pile number 2, which is the Gentle Heart Tarot, and pile number 3, which is the Dream Keeper's Tarot. You can pick more than one pile if you feel called to. If not, you know, have a blessed day. I love you guys. I want to say thank you for the donations. Thank you for, you know, sending decks from my wish list. I appreciate those. And thank you for choosing me to be your reader, you know? I appreciate it. Anyway, but I hope this helps you. It's for entertainment purposes only, so just take it with a grain of salt. We're gonna see what comes out. I don't know. Yeah, let me stop. But anyway, I'll see you on the pile that you picked. Bye. Hello, pile number 1. I kept wanting to say pile number 2. I'm not really sure why. We're not gonna, yeah. Anyway, it's your girl, Drea. And this is the Owlet's Intuition. If you're new here, again, hit that subscribe down below. Give me a thumbs up. If this resonates, comment. Let me know the tea. I want to see if it's accurate. And yeah, I hope this is entertaining for you, as it is for me. I'm getting that your blessings, changes are coming to you. Because the way the incense smoke is going, it never really usually does that. I don't know if you can see it, but I've been studying like incense meanings, and that is a good sign. Yes, with the ladders. But anyway, we're gonna get into your tarot later. First, we're gonna see if this is your pile. We're gonna get your current energy, if this resonates. Even if it doesn't resonate, you know, there still might be messages for you, but usually, you know, this will tell you right off the bat if this is for you. So what is pile 1's current energy right now? Whenever it is that they're watching this, anything that you can identify that will help them to know that this is their pile. Alright, I'll take it all. And the bottom of the deck overall. Look at what I told you. Coming my way, it says, unique opportunities aligned with my desires present themselves to me. I attract all that I need to make my dreams a reality. You're going through a quantum leap reality shift right now. You might not feel it, you know, because you've been in that awkward stage where it's kind of like, you're in the unknown because you're leaving your old self, but you're still like your old self and you're still in your old environment or whatever it is. And you know you feel different on the inside, but your reality isn't reflecting it yet, and that's what's coming. So that makes sense with the incense. Anyway, it says all is okay. Okay. Yeah, you've been going through some like unsureness. You're not too sure because of how you've been feeling. You're trying to stay positive and thankful, but like there's so much in your reality that is holding you back, and it's kind of like you were losing faith. So this is reassurance and confirmation that, like, don't you lose faith. I know you're overwhelmed right now. You might be going through anger, doubt, fear, resentment. You might be feeling rejected by something. You might have felt like you lost an opportunity, but you are going to a different route, and it's coming your way, baby. We have intentions. Today is a fresh start. Yeah, you're about to get a fresh start. You're about to get a fresh start. And then morning rituals. Yeah, intentions with this calendar, it's coming up probably within the month. And with morning rituals, it's time for you to get your habits in check. Get a morning routine going. Get a schedule going, okay? Because you're about to start getting a lot of new, unique opportunities, okay? You gotta make sure you have your habits, your rituals that keep your mind, body, and soul aligned. And then also, you know, spending time with friends and family, etc., etc. Unless you're like in hermit, which that's completely understandable based off of the fact that you've been going through hella freaking emotions right now. What's going on with the planets right now? So look at that. We have planets on there. Everything that's going on with the planets. We got Mercury retrograde. It's eclipse season, and We have a full moon eclipse coming in like 10 days, I believe. Maybe more, maybe less. I'm not sure. But regardless, at the end of the day, you're trying to add habits to make you feel better. Maybe you've been trying to go on more walks or meditate more. You're just sick of feeling shitty and you're sick of feeling how you've been feeling. You're trying to get more intentional and a lot of good things are coming your way, okay? So this time that you're going through is ending, okay? All is gonna be okay. So if that resonates and you've been kind of going through like a confusion, kind of foggy state, like you don't really know if you're on the right path, water my dreams, and you feel like you've been watering this plant but it's not growing, just know that it is coming. And you have a lot of loving friends and family that are going to come and support you and surround you. Even if you feel like you're alone right now, new people are coming in, but you have to follow your joy and focus on feeling happy now. But anyway, let's move on from that. We're gonna get some oracle cards and we get some tarot, and then we will close you guys out. So first deck I'm gonna use is the archetype cards. What are people assuming about my pile number 1? Storyteller. Some people think you lie. Interesting. Bottom of the deck is athlete. You guys are, I heard popular, but I was gonna say something else. But I guess you're popular. You're very well known. But the thing is, you might like to like spend time by yourself, or you're very selective, exclusive, elusive. But let's talk about it. What do people assume about you? First of all, people definitely assume, whether you do it or not, you know, these are assumptions, okay, keep that in mind, that you definitely work out. Some of y'all, they feel like they assume that you got your body done, okay? Some people assume that you had work on your face done, or, you know, a weight loss surgery. If you did or you didn't, it doesn't matter. This is the assumptions. People assume that, some people assume that you be trying to like finesse people, you know, for personal gain, trying to get money. Some of you guys could be psychics and stuff like that too, because this ball right here. Say if you're a psychic, people assume that either you're making money from this, or that, like, you know, some of you guys are scamming, etc., etc. Take it as it resonates. Some people assume that you're doing magic. Some people assume that you know, you're out here trying to take advantage of people. I don't know if you're like because you talk as a storyteller. I don't know what you do, but people feel like, you know, like what you say, it just doesn't make sense. People assume that you just be making stuff up off the top of your dome. Even though you have a lot of wisdom, they know that it's wisdom, but for some reason they assume like, nah, there's no way this person could do it. But I feel like you guys are very divinely connected, to be real honest, because with this visionary and the alchemist, it's just giving me, like, with this purple right here too, like, y'all be saying shit and people are kind of shook. Like, they assume like, nah, there's no way this is true. Like, people assume also that you are going to make it in whatever it is that you're doing. I know it's contradictory to what they've been saying, but at the end of the day, these are assumptions. They assume like this person is going after their goals and they're gonna make it. They also assume that you're spiritual in some way, shape, or form. People assume that you be, you know, some people assume that you might make music. You might sing, you might dance, but some people really do assume that you be dabbling in the mysticisms or magical. Even if you're not doing it yourself, some people assume that you're paying somebody to do it, or, you know, for magic done, and etc., etc. It's very interesting. A lot of people assume that you're strong, you know, you have a lot of willpower, you're disciplined. A lot of people assume that you have overcome a lot from your past. And a lot of people assume that you had a rough childhood. A lot of people assume that you came from a rough past, and, you know, that's probably why you might be cold or standoffish. A lot of people assume that, you know, you're very smart, but, you know, they assume that you're a know-it-all, or they feel like, you know, some of the stuff you say is true, and then again, like, there's something about, like, you know, it's like you make up stories. A lot of people assume that you're a good storyteller. A lot of people assume that you have a lot of friends. And a lot of people assume that you can finesse anybody into doing what it is that you want. But a lot of people think you're mysterious, deceptive. They think you just be lying. Wow. Why you gotta do me like that? Jesus. I'm so sorry. Let's get into it. Your other deck, the Angel Guide Oracle. What do people assume about my pile number ones? What do people assume about my pile number one? We're gonna get some good assumptions, I hope. Cause like, oh God, okay, that's better. Jesus. Cause those must have been your haters. I'm gonna be real honest. You got some haters. You have like half of the collectives, half of your collective, or the people like that you know, half of that collective are definitely hating on you because they don't know what you're doing or what's going on. And then there's another half of you who actually really support you and mess with your energy, and this is kind of their view on you. They assume that you're very grounded. They assume that you love to go into nature. You might have plants, pets. You just might be very into like the outdoors. People assume that you love to travel. Some people assume that like you get your money for travel in some sneaky ways. For some of y'all, some assume that you just be saving up. Others assume that you're very psychic, you're very connected, like I said, very spiritual. And some people assume that you're very honest. Like you get these downloads and you speak your truth and you speak with love and compassion. People assume that you're a healer in some way, or you help people heal. People assume that you're always happy. Even though they know you came from a tragic or some type of hardship, they assume that like no matter what, you still let things light up. People assume that you get everything that you want with ease. You never have to work hard for anything. Things come to you very quickly. People assume that you might be kind of vain, even because you might like nice things, because people assume that you're bougie or you prefer finer things. Like if somebody tries to step to you, you'll be like, who are you? No, don't touch me. Like, because I'm hearing, keep a wet wipe in case a bum try to touch me. Ew. But I'm sure that you're probably really nice, but like some people assume that you just don't want to mess with anybody. You're probably really, really selective or just really hermit, and you probably like are introverted or keep to yourself. Like you don't make eye contact with people, but there's something about your eyes too. Like people assume that like when you look at them, like you're reading them, you're seeing into their soul. Some people assume that you're trying to seduce them with your eyes. Some people assume that you'll be trying to seduce them or use your looks to get what you want too. And people assume that like, you know, maybe because some of y'all could be sugar babies. If you're not, obviously, take it. Okay, chill out. But yeah, people assume that people give you money or just give you a lot of things and send you things. Like they think that everything that you got was handed to you on a platter. Sheesh. I don't like it. But it's assumptions, so what can I do? What can I really do? What can I really do? Scooby-Dooby-Doo. Alright, I don't know what that's about. But let's see. Okay, hold on one second, y'all. Boom. Let's get to your tarot. So what do people assume about pile number one? And then we'll close you out. Yeah, you're psychic. You're mysterious. What do people assume about pile one? What is this Ten of Pentacles about? This is very, very weird. Okay. Now it makes more sense. What is this? Six of Wands. What is this? Five of Pentacles. And the Strength. Two of Pentacles. I mean, Two of Wands in reverse. We got the Ten of Wands. And the Six of Pentacles. Alright, so some people assume that you have a lot of burdens going on in your life, that you are more stressed than you let on. You might play it cool, you might have a poker face and you don't tell anybody about what's going on, so people assume that you're going through hell and you just don't, you want to do it alone like you've always done it, or you know, you could be prideful in some way, shape, or form. People assume that, you know, sometimes you let negative mindsets or negative people or negative thoughts cause fear in your life and block you from your blessings. Some people assume that you know, you might not take chances because of fear or because of negative mindsets. Some people assume that there is could be a mother figure or some type of feminine figure that is in your life that is trying to control you with fear or make you, you know, just kind of hurt your feelings, or just people assume that you have some type of, are narcissistic or like rough, either parent, girlfriend, wife, sister. There's some feminine energy that they probably know about, and they assume that this person is like, either is mean to you, makes you fearful, tries to confuse you, or sway you from your path towards your abundance. Anyway, I don't know what that's about, but yeah, there's something about burdens, like you carry a lot of burdens because you're so kind and giving. Some people assume that you're abundant, but like even with your abundance, you're still sad, or like you're deceptive, like, you know, some people think that you're deceptive and lying about your abundance. Some people think you're sneaky, you know, with this fox right here, but this is the Seven of Swords. So some people feel like, you know, you've got your abundance through sneaky ways and ways that you wouldn't really want to disclose, etc., etc. That's completely, like, I don't know what that's about. But if it resonates, it resonates. Only take it if it does, because obviously if you're not, you know, this could even be like, say you sell bud, but you don't really tell people. Like, there's nothing crazy about selling bud. Like, it is what it is. You know, there's mad people out here who sell bud, but like, they feel like, oh, this person must be doing something. They sell them feet pics online and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? That's like, they just think you're getting money in some type of scandalous way. Again, there might be issues with family or burdens with family that you might be going through some sadness or rough times, and they think that you are, like, you know, keeping it to yourself, and they're assuming that you're being secretive or sneaky and not telling anybody about it, you know. A lot of people feel that assume that, you know, you're very popular and you're very wise. Some people assume that you could be a teacher, a spiritual teacher, or just some type of guide. People assume that you could, like, teach. Is there two cards under here? Am I tweaking? I'm tweaking. But yeah, a lot of people assume that you're gonna be, you know, like, people assume that either you're gonna go viral, you're gonna become more and more popular. You might already be popular, but there's something about, you know, you getting recognition, becoming successful. People assume that you're gonna be successful because of your mindset, because of the way that you talk, your charisma, your shine, okay? People assume that even when you didn't have money, you were still happy. And people assume that, you know, maybe you were more happy when you didn't have money, for some of you. But there's something about, like, you know, even like when you lose money, or even when you lose or go through hardships, you still always come out happy. Or some people like feel like either you portray it, but some people feel like you actually come out happy, like you're okay. Like if you lost money, like say you lost $20, you're like, hey, yo, it is what it is. And people assume, like, what? This person is happy that they're okay? Like, what? Like, people assume that you should be upset. People assume that you're very impatient because you have big plans, you have big dreams. You're like, I got shit to do, places to go, people to see, let's keep it moving. So people assume, like, you're very, like, you know, you might walk fast, or like always look like you're on the roll or going somewhere. Some people assume that you're a party animal too, or that you came from a party animal life. You could have like done drugs in the past. And some people assume that you're a hopeless romantic because this lion has a rose, and with this rose right here too, it's making me think, you know. But people assume that you're always changing and growing and trying to learn and become better every single day, no matter of what kind of negativity or like tragedy is around you. You still try to stay hopeful, you still try to support people, and you take on a lot of burdens, even though, you know, you might need help, but you don't ask for help. So people assume that you might be a little hard-headed or stubborn because, you know, you kind of like stuck in your ways and you don't want to, like, you know, ask for help. You know, maybe you're hyper independent and people assume like, wow, if I tried to date this person, I could try to help them, but like they probably wouldn't even let me help them. But yeah, I don't know. This was really intense, guys. Jesus. Hopefully pile number 2 is a little lighter. You might want to go to see that because I was getting pile number 2 might be for you too. But that's what we are going to call it. I hope you guys have an amazing day, night, or whatever. And I'll see you on the next one or the next pile that you picked. Ooh, bye. Hey, Pal 2, it's your girl Drea, and this is the Owl's Intuition. Pal 1 was freaking intense for me. I was like, Jesus, why they got so much hate? But they also have love too, but like, hey, they're very honest though. They're very honest people. And you know, when you're honest, sometimes you go through, you know, what did Kanye say? I'm just being honest. I can't even remember what he said. In a world full of lies. But you guys picked the Gentle Heart Tarot. We will get your tarot later. Let's just see if this is your pile and get your current energy. Current energy, pile 2. Just like magic. Oh, I was already getting, y'all are hot-headed. People assume that you have anger issues, or you come from a family that maybe was a lot of fighting and chaos and anger issues, etc., etc. Some of y'all came from pile 1. If you did, what's goody? What's goody? It's a party, it's a party, it's a party. Y'all like to travel, huh? You get excited, you get lit, you're the life of the party. That's what people assume. People assume that you guys be just getting lit. You're always hype. So we have new adventures on the bottom of the deck. So it's like you're trying, some of y'all could be actually traveling or wanting to travel. You've been traveling lately. But there's definitely like a desire for you to just, you know, try new things. You're no longer trying to allow fear to run your life. You're like, yo, I want to tune into my heart. I want to follow my heart. And yeah, that's scary sometimes because I don't really know, and no one really be doing that. In this mundane world, a lot of people go with the status quo. Stick to the status quo. But I definitely feel like you're believing in magic. You're believing in the possibility of whatever your desires are. You're tuning into your heart more. You're trying to slow down, take it more easy. You know, you're trying to find more peace and enjoy the moment now so that you can manifest more. I just feel like you've been really trying to focus on being more happy. Maybe you've been tapping into getting more creative. You've been speaking your truth with love, being more kind and compassionate to people. Yeah, some of y'all have been going through like a stressful time. Like it's been like kind of like months to a year of stress, and you know, some of you guys are moving away from that situation. You could be wanting to move. If you are, you're going to get an opportunity to move away from this situation. A lot of you guys are trying to stay more present, and some of you guys could be working on your body, and also some of you guys could actually have been having more dreams and doing a lot more astral travel. Some of you guys could be into Reiki, Qigong, Qi healing. I'm getting like you guys have been kind of focusing on healing, inner child healing. And even if you haven't, I feel like you've been nostalgic, so you have been, you know, getting memories of certain things, or getting re-triggered, or having things that you thought you healed or thought you were over with come up so that you can cry about it or release it or get upset and let it go. Woo-wee! 333. You could be seeing 333 a lot. Alright, let me stop, y'all. Who's the DJ? Go DJ, cause I'm my DJ. What the hell? Who likes Lil Wayne? I like Lil Wayne. Oh my god, now I just heard who likes orange soda? Kel likes orange soda. Is it true? I do. Ooh. Kenan and Kel, y'all be watching Kenan and Kel? Ooh. Hey, okay, let me stop. But let's get some oracle. I'll clarify if needed. I didn't clarify in the first group, but I didn't need to. And then we'll get the tarot and close you out. One more, please. What do people assume? What do people assume? You got hoes. Y'all might be in a relationship, single, but you're very charismatic, and you know, you're very flirtatious. Even if you're not trying to be flirtatious, you could just, you know, have this like, okay, kind of like Libra, Aries, Leo kind of energy. You know, we show a lot of love to people. You know, some people might take that the wrong way, and all of a sudden they try to hit on you, and then you're like, whoa, back the fuck up. And then people are like, what? I'm just, what? What do you mean? You were trying to make a move on me, and then I thought, like, you know, it was cool. I thought it was like, okay. I thought it was a green light. And you're like, no, chill. People assume that you use, like, because some of y'all have curly hair. You could be my curly hair gang, okay? Or even you would do braids, dreads. I'm getting that y'all are ethnic, okay? Some people assume that you're ethnic or exotic. Y'all are mulatto or something like that. You could be white too, obviously. But, like, you know, they just assume that you're some type of culture. I don't know if you have an accent. Some of y'all have an accent. But people assume that you are, you know, you could speak a foreign language. You're very devoted to your culture, or, you know, family. You're devoted to your family. People assume that, you know, you take care of your family, or your family takes care of you. You ride for your family. You know, you could have a big family. People assume that you have a big family. Or that you're going to create a big family and have a lot of kids. Some of y'all have some childbearing hips, and people assume, like, ooh, I would, you know, okay, like, Jesus, it's supposed to be assumptions. But some people assume that, like, somebody's going to get you preggers, even if you don't want kids. They want to get it in and get it on with you, okay? People assume that you have mad hoes. People assume that you have mad people trying to hit on you. You guys must be attractive or something in some way, shape, or form. Also, people assume that you use, like, expensive products, because that's what I was getting to with the curly hair in the beginning. Let me backtrack now. Hello. But, like, you guys use expensive products because maybe you use, like, leave-in conditioner or something that smells nice, or your perfumes or essential oils or something. Like, whatever you use, people assume that it's expensive. You smell sweet and delicious. But anyway, yeah, people assume that you have a lot of people thirsting for you, a lot of people trying to make moves on you. Yeah, some people assume that you could be a hoe because you got so many, what do you call it? People trying to, like, go after you and shit like that. Or you went through a whole phase. If you did, hey, shout out to you. But anyway, we have guide here again. So some of y'all could have been connected to Power 1, but people assume that you're a psychic, you're a spiritual leader, that you are very connected to the divine. You also love nature. People assume that you love to travel, okay? With this hot air balloon right here. Again, hot-headed energy. Some people assume that you're stubborn, hot-headed. People assume that if they gave you advice, you probably wouldn't take it. I'm sorry. That's hilarious. I don't know. People assume that you're disciplined, you're very strong, you're very skilled. People assume that even though you have, like, this stoic demeanor, you're still very kind, loving, and compassionate, and make a great lover. People assume that you're off the market when they look at you. They assume that either there's no way you're single. They're, like, assuming, like, there's no way this person is single. How could they be single? How? Tell me how. 1 + 1 = 2. Why did we get 4? Like, you know, like, I don't know. It's funny. People assume that you're going to, you know, you've been making a lot of changes in your life and you're going to make a big impact on the world. People assume that you're going to be known worldwide, okay? That's interesting. If you have a platform, people assume that it's going to, you know, go off, or a lot of people are going to discover you. Some people assume that you're very controlling, okay? Some people assume that you do things to just get money. Some people assume that you try to use fear or manipulative tactics to get what you want. Again, some people assume that you be using your sexuality, your beauty, your charm to get what you want. Okay. Some people assume that you kind of self-sacrifice or like a martyr for people. Like not you're a victim, but like you're the person, like you're gonna take one for the team. You take one for the team because of who you are. And a lot of people assume like this person's always taking one for somebody or doing something for somebody. I'm getting like y'all take the blame for people a lot. Like, say you're working and you're the manager and somebody else like did some stuff, you take the blame. For some of y'all, that's y'all. Shit, okay. But a lot of people assume that, you know, you're like, you save people. Cause what is it? Savior complex? Some of y'all assume that you have a savior complex, you know, because you might have not had that support when you were younger, and now you're trying to save the world, save everybody. Some people assume that you're a people pleaser. Some people assume that, you know, some of y'all, they assume that you do things and you're trying to win at all costs. Some people assume that you kind of sabotage yourself by surrounding yourself around certain people or doing certain behaviors, like behaviors. What the hell is a behavior? Okay, Mercury, you ain't got shit on me. I'm gonna slow my roll. Some people assume that you're suffering from others, because you try to help others to your detriment. And some people assume that, you know, you're kind of cocky. Okay, like some people assume that, you know, you come off like as this person trying to help people, but like they assume that you're cocky, but you're literally just probably trying to help people. Oh, some people assume that, you know, you're competitive too. Some people assume that this person is probably competitive, 11-11. Like, say you're playing Monopoly or Uno and stuff like that. They assume that you are the person who is going to, you know, flip the table if you lose. Let's be real. But yeah, some people assume that you've got betrayed by somebody, or maybe you got cheated on and you don't trust easy. And some people assume that you kind of judge negatively or make assumptions about people, which is kind of funny because we're talking about their assumptions. Alright. You might have a face, like, you know those faces, like you're looking, like, it's like giving Taurus and like Virgo, you know, you look, I'm seeing like someone like looking, a person like looking at them up and down, shocked, and just like, oh no, baby, oh no. So people assume that you be judging by your facial expressions. But let's get some more and then we'll hop into the tarot. What do people assume about pile 2? What do people assume about my pile 2s? Pile 2, he was number 1. People assume that you're always gonna win. What do people assume? Okay. Bottom of the deck is loneliness. I'm Mr. Lonely. I have nobody on my own. Some people assume, like, if you're single, that you're lonely. They don't want you to be lonely no more, though. You got people who are like, yo, why is this person lonely? They do not need to be lonely. Like, let me come take care of you, my pal. Like, come on, let's go. Woo. Anyway, some people assume that you just be surrendering, like you take life as it is, like you know, this is interesting because it's contradicting like the control thing, but it's like with this balance, I feel like sometimes like you like take adversity or challenges by the horn, and then other times you're like, you know what, it is what it is, this ain't got shit to do with me, okay? A win is a win, because I'm saying a win is a win, okay? We got winning. There's something about winning. Like, you're very competitive. Maybe you played competitive sports when you were younger or something like that. You still could. Or like you play games a lot. Some of y'all could play video games and you're very competitive. Like, I'm getting like the people who yell at the screen and shit and like throw shit because they're losing or they turn off the game. That's funny. Anyway, but a lot of people, so it's like balance. Like it's like there's two sides. Some people assume that you are taken. Some people assume that you're lonely. Some people assume that, you know, you don't really judge people. You're just trying to be like living in your life. You kind of just surrender to what is. And other people assume that you're always looking for a fight and you're always trying to, you know, control things. It's like, why is there two? Like there's two collectives here, but just take whatever resonates, because I'm getting a lot. And yeah, I can't stop. People assume that you won't stop until you get it, whatever it is that you want. Whatever that is. That could be a job, a goal, a person. Like, you're relentless. Like, you don't stop. You go after what is yours. But a lot of people, because it's funny, because like, you're lonely. People, oh, we got envy too. You might have a lot of people envious of you. But like, there's mad people and there's the world. And it's like, I'm getting some of y'all are star seeds. So it's like you're selective. And like, you know, you might have an online community, but in like wherever you're living at, like people just like, that's probably why you got people who are around you. And then people who see you on like social media and stuff. Or like who know you through like, you know, travel or whatever it is. But the people who live around you, they think that you're lonely because they see you by yourself all the time. But then you probably are online. You might have like, you know, an online community that you talk to, or a large following or something like that, or you're just really well known online. And people assume, like, you know, that all your friends are online. Interesting. Alright. Not me moving the whole table. Not the whole table! Kermit the Frog. The fuck? Anyway, let's get your... fuck is this called? Tarot. Yeah, let's see. What do people assume about pile 2, please? What do people assume about pile 2? Jesus. Oh, I just bent this whole card. Okay. What do people assume about pile 2? Alright, this is making me a little sad. I gotta bend your back. Can't have you out here all willy-nilly. Okay, so far we have the 7 of Pentacles in reverse. We have the 3 of Cups, 4 of Swords, and the 5 of Cups. What do people assume about pile 2? 6 of Swords in reverse. What is this 7 of Pentacles in reverse? Devil in reverse. I like that. What is this 3 of Cups? I like it a lot. Ooh, I like it a lot. Yeah, I like it. Some of y'all are drinkers. People assume you like to party with your friends. You're always down for a celebration. You're always down to drink. A lot of people assume that you don't have the patience for toxicity, for bullshit. You're just, no. Immediately no. You're like, get the hell out of here. I see that evil, and I will cut that evil straight out. What's this 5 of Cups about? And 6 of Swords. Yeah, that's kind of like the similar energy too. Pile. What was it? Pile. Yeah, pile 1. We're on pile 2. Calm down now. Alright, like I said, a lot of people assume that you're quick to cut off. You're quick to cut off the bullshit, okay? Some people assume that you're selfish because, like, when things are not working, it's like you'll throw things out in the trash. You're like, you know what? I want a clean slate. Instead of trying to fix something, you just throw it out. You know what I'm saying? It's like you don't have the patience for it. You're like, okay. Even when it comes to friendships, maybe you just like, okay, if you get betrayed once, because I'm getting with this apple, like Adam and Eve, like the snake, okay? Like if you see a snake, once you see a snake, that's it. It's done. Like even if like you forgive like this person or these people, or like, you know, they apologize or whatever, it's like it'll never be the same for you. Interesting. A lot of people assume that you're like in kind of this rest phase right now, that you are like contemplating, you're trying to think of things, that you're allowing fear to block you from making a decision or a choice right now. People are assuming that, you know, you might be sleeping a lot. People are assuming that you're going through some type of hard loss or sadness that you're trying to heal from. A lot of people are assuming that you're healing because you're stuck and stagnant. But a lot of people also assume that you get what you want too. Like, you get a lot, whatever you wish for, you get it. Some people assume that you, you know, if you have a beard, a lot of people assume you take real good care of your beard. Like, you might use beard oils and stuff like that. So people assume that, like, you know, you get your hair cut every week and stuff. Like, you're high maintenance. Some people assume that you're high maintenance. You might get your hair done, nail done. You might, like, get your frontals. Like, I don't know what you do, but you look high maintenance, and people assume that you're high maintenance because of the way you look. You could take real good care of yourself. Health is wealth, baby. Health is wealth. But yeah, some people assume that, you know, you're going through some type of sadness, some type of loss. It could have to do with family, a marriage, friends, but I'm getting like a marriage or like a relationship or family more. Because I feel like, you know, a lot of people also assume that you have a lot of close relationships and friends, but there's like only a couple of people. Like, not even that. It's like you have a lot of people, you know, a lot of like acquaintances, but you only have like two friends. Like, you know, small circle. A lot of people assume that it's like, even like there's some kind of chaos in your life that people are assuming is like you're still trying to focus on being happy. Like, you're like trying to like not avoid it, but like it's like, how do I explain this? You guys are definitely, you're going through a rough time, but you're trying to overcome it, like, yourself. Like, you're leaving something. You're leaving a hard time. Like, I don't know if you're moving or you plan on moving, but it's like you're cutting off, like, whatever toxic shit is around you, whatever is not working. They're seeing that you're like, nah, fuck that. I want happiness. I want happy relationships. Some people assume that you're either gonna get a divorce or you're getting a divorce, or y'all fighting with your friends, family, or your partner. Some people assume that, you know, you're just going through a tough, chaotic time, but you're not gonna let it make you feel trapped. You're not gonna let it bother you, and it's like you're turning a blind eye to it. Because we have two women, the same girl, blindfolded, but this is the Eight of Swords, but it's in reverse. So it's like, you're like, I know I have to make a decision, but the chaos around me is blocking me, but I'm gonna make it. But like, I don't feel trapped, but it's still like I can't see like the negativity. I'm not gonna let this sadness block me from my happiness. Okay, I'm not gonna let this sadness stay here for long. I'm gonna focus on healing, and then I'm gonna celebrate life and get all my wishes after I cut off all the bullshit, because I ain't got no patience for that shit. Okay. Whew. Very interesting. Some people assume that you sleep a lot. You might never look tired or have a lot of energy sometimes whenever these people see you. And yeah, some people assume that, you know, you don't like change too. You could be a fixed sign: Scorpio, Leo, Taurus, or Aquarius. But anyway, I love you guys. I hope you have an amazing day, night, or whatever, and I'll see you on the next one, or the next pile you picked. Bye. Record and walk, go to sleep. Alright, 3, autofocus, 2, 1. Hey, it's your girl Drea. It's the Owl's Intuition. What's up, pile 3, pile 3, pile 3? Let's clear out the energies from pile 2. Yeah. So, if you're new here, hit the subscribe down below and hit the little bell so you get notified every time that I post. If it resonates, you can like, you can comment, you can subscribe. Bam! Okay, thank you for watching. Let's get into it, okay? We're gonna get your tarot later, but first we're gonna see if this is your pile by getting your current energy. We'll get some oracle cards, and we're gonna tap in. What do people assume about you guys? Take this shit with a grain of salt, okay? I was getting multiple collectives of people, like, from in both piles. So this could be people from work, this could be people you know online, and also people that you went to school with, or family, friends, you know. It's a plethora of different energies. So if it fits, it fits, but don't try to make something fit if it ain't your sass. Okay. Anyway, what's pile 3's current energy? So they can know, or any messages that will let them know that this is their reading, that this is their pile. Well, y'all are very unique. And you could have watched another pile. Yeah, playful. Alright, so you're trying to have more fun in life. You've been like making even the mundane things more fun, like laundry. Maybe you listen to music while you're putting away your laundry so it's less like ugh. And maybe at work, like, you know, you're just having more fun and you're taking shit less seriously. We have Dance It Out. Some of y'all could be just in this childlike, heart-centered energy. And again, we have 2 cards from one of the other piles. So it's like you're tuning into your heart. You're trying to, with all this green too, you're trying to tap in and just have more fun. Okay, you're trying to move your emotions, move all the negativity and move, like, shake it out. You're trying to dance it off. You know what I'm saying? It's like that kind of vibe. And you're manifesting unique, because it says unique opportunities and it says unique lives. I don't know, you live a unique life. You're a different person. But obviously everyone's different. But like, you don't try to fit in. You don't try to like live a normal life, and you know that like you're not meant to live a normal life. So that's why you live a more playful, fulfilling, and different life. And you're trying to make decisions that are trying to, you know, respect others, but also it's like you're putting what your heart is calling first, and you're trying to, like, you know, not change people. You're like accepting them, loving them, whether at close or at a distance. It depends on how they act. But I feel like, you know, you were kind of like aggravated and going through some anger, or like, you know, life was just getting too mundane, too serious. It was like the same shit, different day, and now you're trying to switch it up. You're trying to get new energies, get more playful, and, you know, make work fun, you know, you know, maybe you're tapping into your creative ventures more, or spending time with unique, different people who have similar hobbies or talents, or like you've been trying new trying to do dance classes, etc., etc. This is just a new energy that's coming in. You're just trying to, you know, live your life the best you can, you know. Well, hold on one second. Pile 3, 3, 2, 1. All right, we're back, y'all. So what are we talking about? We're talking about what do people assume about you. You got big energy. People assume that you are a chosen one. You're God's favorite. Whatever they want to label you. They feel like you either had a silver spoon in your mouth when you were younger, or you were brought up with a silver spoon. They feel like you didn't go through any hardships. They feel like you have a lot of talents. People assume that you either suffered from addictions, or, you know, you people get addicted to you easily. There's something about like this God complex. Some people assume that they feel like you think you're like God, like you know. And then there's others who assume that like you just have a high vibration and you are kind, compassionate, very connected to source, God. You could be religious, spiritual. You're very vocal about it. You're also a healer. Some people assume that you're a healer, or like, I don't know, maybe they be feeling different when they hang out with you. Some people assume that you got that good, okay, D or P. Interesting. Yeah, some people assume that, you know, you're very, very talented at everything that you do. Some people assume either you're an artist, so you have some type of creative venture, or you have multiple pursuits, multiple talents. Like you could, you know, have hobbies like archery. You could do bowling, play pool, go to the gun range, skiing, snowboarding, off-roading, going on ATVs, jet skiing. People assume that you're like adventurous. You're down. Why'd I hear you're down to fight? People assume that you're a fighter. People assume that you won't back down. You won't back down. It don't matter if you're the Chihuahua and this is a pit bull coming at you. You're like, That is hilarious. People assume that you have a lot of mystery, or you've experienced a lot in your life, again, because you're very adventurous. And I feel like, you only post half of like what you might not even post a lot, but a lot of people like want to know, because people assume that you live like this kind of like dream life, and people want to live your life. People assume, and a lot of people get addicted to you, a lot of people become obsessed with you. People assume that you have high integrity, that you're very honest, you're connected to your inner spirit, you're very unique, and you accept yourself. You're not really into superficiality. Sorry, I couldn't think of the word. You're not vain, okay? Some people assume you're vain though. Guys might look good, and some people assume, or maybe you have a good-looking partner, or good-looking friends, good-looking clique, and people assume just because you surround yourself, or you attracted good-looking people in your life, that you're vain. I mean, good-looking people can be chill too. Like, not every single person who looks good is a B or a C or a D. If you know, you know. Yeah, I'm using a brief. Yeah, okay. Anyway, moving on. Some people assume that like you want to travel off grid. Some people assume that you want to be like a nomad and just kind of be in your own energy. Some people assume that you help a lot of people. You serve a lot of people. Some people assume that, you're very focused. You have good health, okay? Or like healthy habits. You might not even have good health, but like people assume based off of the way you look, like this person like takes care of their mind, body, and soul. Some of you guys do, some of you guys don't. Some people assume that a lot of people might try to take advantage of you or use you for your talents, abundance, or whatever it is that you have. I'm getting you have a lot of perks because you're very kind and giving. So you give a lot to others, and whoever's in your team or on your team or around you, you're gonna ride for them, again, because I'm getting that Chihuahua versus the pit bull. Like you're a defender, you ride for your family, your friends, anyone who's close to you, and you'll fight anybody. Like you'll fight anybody. That's hilarious. But people assume that you're very self-aware too. You're very, very intelligent, that you're very, again, honest. But some people assume that you have like an issue with authority, because you could be like, I don't let nobody control me. Ain't nobody gonna tell me what to do. Let's get some more. Very interesting. Yeah, people assume that you're a risk taker, but sometimes you take risks and people are like, why would you do that? But why would you do that? But what do people assume about pile 3? What else? Anything else? Then we'll go into the tarot. What do people assume? I just saw comedian for a reason. People assume that you are funny. Okay, you're very funny. What do people assume? Pile 3. Chef. Interesting. I was getting foodie. You're very unique though. What do we got? Teacher. Yeah, you smart. You loyal. You a visionary. You look through life in a different reality, like in a different way, perspective, I guess you can say, than others. We have the bottom of the deck is speaker, and then visual artist and dancer. Some of you guys, people assume that you could be a good dancer, a good cook, a chef, okay? So people assume that, you're very, there's something about you being very honest, okay? Very smart, very wise. People assume that you always get what you want. You're a master manifester. People assume that you're abundant, okay? You have this kind of attention to detail. You could be like very organized. People assume that you're very organized. You know how to keep yourself. You might present yourself very nice and neat, and you never look out of place, or never look like you have one hair out of place. Even when you're in your bummy attire, you still look good. And people assume that you're very high maintenance, or you maintain yourself very well. People assume that you are always grateful. Some people assume that you're not grateful for what you have, but I'm getting like a lot of people see that you're very grateful, and that's probably why you get so much good stuff. People assume that you're very kind, compassionate. You have a lot of stories to tell. People assume that you're a good storyteller, or that you've experienced a lot, and that's why you have so many stories. Because I'm getting like some of y'all, if somebody talks about something, okay, you would have a story, like say someone talks about like Chewbacca, and then all of a sudden you talk about like this story, and then you tell it, they're like, what? Like, how did you, what? But I'm kidding, because this one time on acid, no, I'm just kidding. I saw Chewbacca and I was tweaking. No, for real. Anyway, but yeah, you're a good storyteller. People assume that, you know, you have a very good mindset because you always stay fully present, or you bring people back to the present. But yeah, there's something about you being really honest. A lot of people assume you're very passionate. Some people assume that, you know, you again, you got that good, okay? Some people assume you're a freak in the sheets. You could be a lady or male in the streets, but a freak in the sheets, you know? I'm getting big, heavy, like, energy. Like, people are very much intrigued and want to know, like, what's good with you in the bed. People assume that, like, you're gonna be good. Whether you're male or female, whatever, it don't matter. They, them, I don't care. People assume that if they hit you, not hit you. Well, if they hit you, they're gonna get beat the hell up. But, if they hit it, then it's gonna be so good that they're gonna get addicted. People assume that you achieve amazing things, okay? You're very success driven. Some people assume that you're good with numbers, or like, you know, some of y'all wear glasses and people assume that you wear glasses to look smarter, but some of y'all are literally legit blind. And some of y'all don't wear glasses and you're always squinting, and people assume like you should probably go get your eyes checked and get some glasses. But yeah, a lot of people assume that you're very conscious, you're very ambitious, you're always changing and transforming. You don't have time for negative emotions or negativity around you. You know, you're very intellectual, very wise, and you use this to your advantage. And you know, it's like you speak your life into reality. I mean, speak it into existence. Some people assume that you're very artistic. You could be good at painting or drawing. Some of y'all are tattoo artists as well. But people assume that, you know, some people assume that you have a physical trainer, or you do meal plans or stuff like that. You could, you know, be very focused on your body. Let's get the tarot, and then we're going to close you guys out. What do people assume? About pile 2. Yeah, there was something about dancing. Like, y'all like to dance. You guys are good dancers. You got rhythm. People assume you got rhythm because of the way you dance. We got the Hierophant. Yeah, a teacher, a leader. People assume that you are made for positions of power. Like, no matter, like, because maybe everywhere you go, you get promoted. You always climb the ladder, and then you leave, and then you go climb another ladder. Wow. I told y'all, y'all are attractive. We got the Queen of Wands. What do people assume about pile and the Queen of Swords? Yep, intelligent. People assume that you are funny. I just saw the 3 of Cups. You're always down to party, celebrate. You're a good friend. People assume that you're a good friend. Like, people assume that you... Queen of Cups. Might as well be the Empress, bitch. That's not the Empress. I thought it was. I was like, yo, look at the Empress. Oh, I just saw the Devil. People assume that a lot of people are very, very attracted to you, but again, with this freak stuff, people assume that like you would be down for like some wild stuff, okay? And I just saw the High Priestess. You guys, like, oh my god. You don't have to be a feminine, obviously, but like you guys literally are loving, caring, compassionate. People assume if you're a parent, you're an amazing parent. Okay? What's this Hierophant about? Okay. What's the 3 of Swords? Okay. 9 of Pentacles. Queen of Wands. Ace of Wands. I told you. Not me about to die. I'm just kidding. Okay, let's not say that. Stressed. Okay, what is this Queen of Swords? You don't stress. A lot of people, you could even be stressing, but a lot of people assume because of your face, like, you don't stress. Yeah, like, you guys have, y'all don't play. You work fast, you move fast, some of y'all walk fast. People assume that, like, you're very fast paced. Like, you're rush, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go! What's this Queen of Cups? this Queen of Cups? What do people assume about pile 3? Pile 3. Pile. Yeah. And the bottom of the deck is the 5 of Cups. The 3 of Pentacles. People assume that you might cry a lot or you get really, really sad, okay? And you don't let people like in. Like, you work through your stuff yourself. Like, you could be sad and people be like, you want to talk about it? You're like, no. Thank you. Thanks though. You want to go to therapy? No, I'm gonna cry it out. No, I'm just kidding. Some of y'all might go to therapy though. That's relevant. Some people assume that you're in therapy. Some people assume you need therapy. Okay. But you definitely came from like some, it's crazy. Like, you definitely went through some hard stuff, right? But people didn't see that. You didn't let that like affect you, whatever you went through. But yeah, people assume that it's easy for you to let go of traditions, or it's easy for you to let go of the status quo. It's easy for you to be like, nah, this isn't working, let's do something else. Okay, you're like the problem solver. You're like it's like your mind, the way your mind works, you're gonna fix it. Okay, people assume you have the solution for anything and everything. If somebody got a problem, they assume like they can go to you and you can help them in some way, shape, or form, even if it's a topic that you really don't know. Again, y'all was y'all the psychics? I don't even know. I mean, I did see the High Priestess and the Queen of Cups and the Queen of Wands are very intuitive, and the Queen of Swords. So let's just be real. With this Ace of Wands, you are intuitive, okay? You might, people don't know how you know all the things that you do, but you know a lot, and you fix everything, okay? People assume that you might have gone through some type of, you've had a breakup, like a rough breakup from your past, or some people assume that you had like a toxic relationship, or you went through just like a lot of heartbreak and betrayal in your past, and it kind of made you, one, it could have like drained you, took your abundance and made you have to restart, knocked you off your pedestal. I'm getting like, some people assume that you got knocked off your pedestal because of a relationship. People assume that you look good, and a lot of people agree with you, with them. A lot of people feel like you look good. People assume that everybody feels like you look good. You're everybody's type. Yeah. People assume that you're very creative. Again, you're talented. Some of y'all are witches because this girl got a cauldron with all these herbs and spices and stuff behind her. But again, with that chef, some people assume that you're a good cook, or that you're a foodie, you love food. Getting Taurus vibes. Yeah, with this Hierophant, Taurus vibes for sure. But yeah, you like the finer things in life, and people assume that you like the finer things, and when you don't get the finer things, you get upset and you make it known. You're not afraid to speak your truth. If something isn't working with you or something needs to be said, I'm getting that people assume that you're going to be the one to say the thing that people don't want to say. Like, everyone in the room's thinking it, and you're the one who's like, I bet I'll say it then. Whatever it is, and then they'll be like, even though it's what everyone was thinking, and then you look at everyone like, yeah, y'all was thinking it, shut the hell up. I just saw 555. People assume that y'all are always changing quickly because you use your mind and you see things, and you continue to try and improve. Hold on, I'm getting a phone call. Yeah. But a lot of people, like, because people just assume that, like, people assume that you probably got a lot of haters too. I don't know if people be seeing you, like, looking at you, or just like some people don't like you for no reason, I'm getting. And people assume like that either jealous or something, I don't know. But people assume that, you're very lying. Wow, some people assume that you be lying sometimes. But I was getting mad honesty, so I don't know. People assume that some people lie to get into your energy, to finesse you, and you can see right through them because of how intuitive you are. Aww. I'm getting you guys don't wear your heart on your sleeve anymore because of all the betrayal and the heartbreak. And people assume that, you know, because you're so closed off or like cold, because some of y'all are like, you're kind and compassionate and outgoing, but it's very like selective, okay? You're not giving your cup of love to a lot of people. I'm getting like, because you're this Queen of Cups, we got the Knight of Cups in reverse. Like, you're not entertaining somebody who's not trying to like, if it's not a real offer, like if you're not trying to date me to like make me your wife or husband, or if you're trying to waste my time, or you're gonna break my heart, or you're a player or a hoe or whatever it is, you know, take it as it resonates. You're like, I don't want that. Don't even look at me. Look the other way. I'm getting that you're like, your denial game, like your rejection game is strong. Like you're not afraid to be like, oh no, because I'm seeing somebody coming up, because you know dudes, like say you're in the club and you're dancing with your friends and the dude comes up behind and he's like, yeah, trying to dance with you, and you're like, I'm out of here. I couldn't snap with my ring. Yeah, I'm out of here. Yeah, you guys are quick to dip. If something ain't right, if something is making you upset, if something is not for you, you're like, goodbye. Cut off game, motherfucker strong. Some people assume that you could have a fiery temper as well, but I think I was getting that, but it might have been for another pile. But I have to say, because y'all could be very, very vocal and fiery. But I love you guys. I hope you have an amazing day, night, or whatever. And I'll see you on the next one. Bye.